We are live. Hello, hello, everyone. I am super duper excited to have with us today the amazing Dr. Tim Phan and his wife, who's not here with us, but nevertheless, she is with us in spirit. Carolyn Phan. Oh, Carolyn Wynn, right? Yeah. Dr. Carolyn Wynn. My apologies. I'm just super, super excited. And baby Chloe, of course, she came in during the clutch. Super, super excited. Oh, it looks like Carolyn's joining.
Yeah, she'll be making sure I'm in check. She's in the other room, taking care of Chloe right now. We didn't know how to do this phone. She's in the same room.
I'm super, super excited. Oh my goodness. And baby Chloe, I can't wait to just dive in and jump in and talk about all the things. So, guys, if you are here with me on Facebook, go ahead and go to the link that Christian's going to be dropping in a moment to make sure that you give me permission to see you, because I want to see your name and we can interact that way, right? And if you're on LinkedIn, I'll be able to see you, YouTube, and Twitter. Guys, we are getting advanced up in here, which is super, super exciting. And so today, again, super, super stoked to have you with us. I would love some interaction. So if you're here tonight, we were having a few technical things happen in the very beginning, but we're going to dive right in. So thank you for bearing with us. Thank you so much for joining us. Go ahead and say hello. Give us some hearts. Show me signs of life. I need to know that you are here. I'm super excited. Let me see. Okay, it looks like I'm live. Awesome sauce. So with that being said, I'm going to stop sharing screen so that we can come up on the screen together. Tim, thank you so much for joining us today. You have been a member of our community from the very, very beginning. And I absolutely love your story. I love the way you went in to real estate investing. You navigated a few things with long-term rentals. You considered it. You went ahead and did your own fix and flip. I mean, the property is absolutely beautiful, but it did come with some bumps along the road.
Still dealing with it.
Still dealing with it. Oh my goodness. But I think your story is one of perseverance and one that is going to be inspiring for a lot of pharmacists who are at the bench right now, who kind of feel as though they only have one option, and that's to do pharmacy. Where you dipped your toe into real estate, you dipped out of one strategy, you dipped your toe into another strategy. And it's just such an incredible experience to see your journey. You and Carolyn, you guys added baby Chloe along the way. And I'm just so excited. I didn't even do a proper intro. Could you try again? Oh, thanks, Siri. Added baby Chloe along the way. So, oh my goodness. So, guys, I'm all over the place because I'm just super, super excited. But here's the deal. Tonight, we are coming at you with another student case study from the Luxury Short-Term Rental Academy. We are part of a Facebook group community where we have a whole bunch of medical professionals and other busy professionals who are looking to create just an additional revenue stream to create a little margin in their lives, to create a little margin in their budget, in their time capital, to buy back a little bit of freedom. And so super stoked to see the stories that come from this community. It's not just one person who's doing it, like I started the community. It's not just, oh, Rachel, she's doing it and she's wildly successful, but to see everyone chiming in and sharing their stories, their bumps, wins, losses. We don't call them losses, we call them learning opportunities, but then we get back up. And it's hard to do if you're, a professional in pharmacy, in healthcare, in any of the medical realms, but to add a baby to the mix and to be just successful on your first beach condo, it's just been phenomenal to watch. So Tim, I'm going to let you introduce yourself. Tell us about your story. And I love to get some questions from the audience as well, but you take it away.
Oh, yeah, thanks. Very honored to be here, and hopefully I can add some value to some people who might be on the fence. But I'm a husband, father to a 7-month-old daughter, Chloe, and Caroline. Caroline's my wife. Our experience in real estate, we have 4 properties right now, one being a primary, the first long-term rental, the property that we tried to flip, which I'm still going through, and then this last one, which is in Miramar Beach, which is the short-term rental. Our original goal was to buy a long-term rental every year. So basically, my wife is also a pharmacist, and we were gonna live off of one salary and invest the other salary, and that would, hopefully give us enough for every year. But after our first long-term rental and the cash flow, and I'm in Austin, Texas, so obviously there's not a lot of cash flow. There's a lot of appreciation, which if I sell, then we can get back on. But that's not going to help us, quit our jobs or take less time at work. And after doing the math on the first long-term rental, I was like, man, I got to get like, I don't know, 50 of these to eventually, just either have the financial freedom to not work. In 2020, Caroline's, my father-in-law passed away. Sorry, I didn't think I was going to get emotional.
Yeah.
And so, hold on a second.
Yeah, take your time. Take your time, Tim. I can't even imagine,
Yeah, so he passed away from cancer. And then life was just kind of short. And we realized that time is essential. And so time freedom is more important than ever to us now, especially having a daughter and just wanting to spend more time with her. At that point, life is not all about work. Money is infinite. There's so much money out there, but time is the thing that is not infinite. And we just wanted to get more of that to ourselves, and not let other people dictate your time, but you want to be able to dictate your own time. So from a cash flow perspective, long-term rentals didn't make sense for us anymore. Short-term rentals have always been on our radar. And so I was just scrolling through Facebook one day and I saw you, and I was like, holy crap. There's another pharmacist out there that is killing it. I bet you she's going to quit her job in like a year or two. And after meeting you and talking to you, and watching you through your journey, it's been awesome watching your journey, and very inspiring. And so let me back up a little bit. So after he passed away, we were like, what can we do to increase our cash flow or figure out how to make money faster? And I was like, oh, let's go do a HGTV flip. And thinking that was going to be a quick process, like I could figure it out. It looks easy on TV. Let me do it. And so found a property. I was like, okay, I think we can make this work, fix and flip it. I was originally told, 45, 60 days will be out. I think this is January of 2021. We closed at the end of it. And then life hits you in the face again. And it's like, boom, Texas freezes. And what was originally supposed to be a cosmetic flip in and out 45, 60 days ended up being a full gut rehab, because the house had cast iron plumbing. It was built in like the 40s. Oh wow! While the plumbing's out, might as well just redo all the electric too, and then let's do some structural changes, and then that stuff just adds up really fast. And then COVID hits, right? And then so, what was supposed to be 4 to 6 weeks for things and materials to come in, it ended up being like 20 weeks. And then I was scrolling Facebook one day. We still wanted to do STRs. I found you. And originally, when we were going to do the fix and flip, there was a broker in Austin, Texas that was willing to kind of hand feed me. But he was like, if you pay me $1,000 a month, I'll walk you through a flip and make sure that you don't lose any money that you don't need to lose. And he's had a lot of experience, but at that time I was like, man, $1,000, that's a lot of money, paying somebody $1,000 just to teach me something, which I could probably figure out how to do myself. And then we found you, and that was already like, we were already about 5 months into the flip. And I was like, if we want to do SDRs, we need to streamline the process, find somebody who's doing what we're doing. And now I don't mind, paying somebody to help me figure stuff out just to make sure that we don't make any mistakes and that we can learn a lot faster and take action that way. So that's when we joined yours, and part of that kind of helped. What else? What else?
No, but I want to touch base on what you just said, which is really interesting because I remember when I wanted to share with others how to do STRs, because I felt like it was a message that everyone needed to hear, everyone needed to know about it, especially busy healthcare professionals, right? But I wanted it to do it in a way that was excellent and that provided value. So something that, you know, my course coach is a coach who teaches how to do courses. Something that she taught was to do like, you know, like a beta group or a group of people, you know, kind of like we did. But why are we like that, Tim? Pharmacist, with fear and trembling, I gave her $387 thinking like, oh man, I wonder if it's going to be worth it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, same thing. I mean, even when we did it, we were like, man, it still felt weird giving somebody money
to teach you something that you can find online. And so I was like, well, I can do it myself. Why would I need? But then you look at, you know, the other people who are wildly successful course creators, and you recognize that she taught them. So there might be something, you know, to it, you know, and there might be a shortcut, a way to compress that learning curve so that, you know, although she went through 11 years to get to where she's at now, maybe she could help me to go through and get there in 1 year. And so that was the value for me. So that's hilarious that you have. And I think as pharmacists, we're like the do-it-yourselfers. We can figure it out. We just, let's get this recipe.
We're gonna freaks, right? Because you kind of have to be if you're a pharmacist a little bit.
Yeah, that excellence. We want to be like, we want to own it. So I think that's really awesome. So you already were getting a little bit of the flavor of, you know, kind of outsourcing some of that, you know, knowledge acquisition, because YouTube University, right? Use it, and there's nothing wrong with that.
There's just so much information out there.
There is.
I'm so scatterbrained that I'll just sit there and watch videos over videos over videos, and it's hard to take action if you don't actually have a plan. But it's nice having somebody to throw ideas off of. Just having that relief that, okay, so at least this person has a lot of experience, and I know I'm not diving down into the bottomless pit.
And what I loved about you is you in the very beginning, you actually set expectations. You're like, look, you know, me and my wife we're expecting, we might not be very engaged in the beginning, but at the same time, I saw what you did to the spreadsheet, the top 75 US cities. Guys, if you haven't downloaded that spreadsheet, feel free to download it. But Tim cannibalized it and overanalyzed the crap out of it. And you did a phenomenal job. I mean, you backtracked, you went into park data, and you streamlined it down to your 5 top regional picks, you know, and it's always good to kind of narrow things down, even if you kind of your path diverts a little bit, but it's always really good to narrow down to the different locations that you want to invest in. So I know you use that top 75 US cities. Currently your long-term rentals and your fix and flip is local to you. So why did you feel as though you could maybe explore, you know, a remote hosting model where you're purchasing a property potentially that is outside of your own geographical area?
Yeah, so I mean, just watching you basically inspired us. And then, I mean, your properties in Poconos, you're in Georgia. I think you have some in the Smokies too. And Florida. Like, you know, if she can do it, if she can teach other people to do it, if other people can do it, why can't we do it? And also, I guess one of the biggest factors to us is if we can accomplish this, if we can make this successful out of state, man, the world is your oyster. You can literally go anywhere you want, right? And so we decided to take a little bit harder path. Because if you think about it, though, I mean, even if we're local, right? If plumbing or something goes out here in Austin, I'm not gonna.
What are you gonna do?
I'm still gonna go find somebody to do it. The process is still the same. So in Florida, if the plumbing goes out, then I just call somebody in newbies too. And going through your course kind of helped that, because the critical operations spreadsheet, I mean, any spreadsheet that you give me, I like do other stuff too, but I just add on to it and in something that works for us.
Yeah.
But yeah, critical operations worksheet that you had like outlines who we need, how many people we need for each trade, plumbers, electricians, cleaners, anything, bed bugs, bed bug control, just in case something like that happens. And then I'll find maybe, I think under my contractors list, I had like 15 people on that list just in case something happens that I can just kind of go through.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Being prepared, right? Like that's the thing, preparation really helps tamp down anxiety, right? And I think a lot of people, they're nervous about going out of state because like, who do I know? Well, I couldn't tell you who was a plumber in my own backyard had I not started to make those calls. And that's how you get to know people. And thank goodness for tools, right? Thumbtack and those types of apps that, they're rated. You can kind of see, okay, are they timely? How many reviews do they have? You have no idea how grateful I am for apps like that I can, scope out and find a few people in those apps.
Yeah, even on the spreadsheet, I have what source I found them from, how many reviews they have, how many stars do they have, or if somebody recommended, who recommended them. What else? Oh, here's a tip. So I got into a condo, but yeah. If other people are getting into a condo, when we got there, we actually met with the property manager that manages the whole condo, and they manage a lot of different condo associations in that area. And so, getting to know them is a good idea too, because they have all the people
nice.
If anything goes wrong, you can, in last resort, you can just call them and see if they know somebody.
That's awesome. That's a really good tip. You said, and guys, by the way, I'm seeing a lot of Facebook user guys. So do me a favor and update your name. I see Annette. Thank goodness. Annette, always so good to see you. Jackie, I see your name. You're good to go. Always so good to see you. We're getting a lot of engagement here. Everyone else, I'm giving you a virtual hug. I'm saying hello as well from Miami. It's super hot weather. Everyone who said those things, do me a favor, go to chat.restream.io if you're on Facebook, because what it's going to do is give permission, and I get to see your name and we get to interact with one another because I'm so happy to see you. So everyone who's our staple here, I'm super, super excited. So feel free, guys, to go ahead and drop your questions in this chat. Tim is here. He's an open book. I have seen him share so much, and he's a really valuable member of our community because the information sharing, Tim is one that does not have that stingy energy. Okay. If he has some kind of content to share, he will share it with the community. So take advantage while he's here with you, because otherwise he is clocking in that pharmacy, and he's got baby Chloe, okay, to even get him here. I'm so grateful Carolyn is allowing us to have him. So Tim, where do you call home? Cheryl is asking, where do you call home? And Georgia is saying hello from Houston, Texas. So where's home, Tim?
Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas.
North Austin.
North Austin. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. So guys, you heard it tonight. Tim is here with us. He and Carolyn, they're pharmacists, and they have a new baby girl, baby Chloe. Oh, hey, Debbie. It's so good to see you. Nina. Oh my goodness, Nina. So good to see you. I haven't seen you in a minute. You and Yuri. Where have y'all been? Oh, you know what Annette said? She says time is non-refundable. Oh, Annette, always dropping that wisdom. Yes.
It expires.
I love that. It expires. It's gone. And so Tim, let's get a little bit of a lowdown. Let's get granular. So
yeah,
you got your list, you narrowed it down to your 5 locations, right? And then you started looking at the market. I saw you do you turned every stone. You reached out to individual owners. You went ahead into your toolbox of wholesaling. You went ahead into your toolbox of real estate investing essentially, and you did direct messaging in some way, shape, or form to current owners because the market was such that you said, okay, I had to get a little bit more creative. And I love that, right? Because not one size fits all. But you finally landed on this beautiful condo in Miramar Beach, Florida. How did you find it?
So, having a realtor, I mean, our realtor was great. But I noticed, so we had realtors in several different markets looking for us, and we were just going to, whoever accepts our offer, we're going to do it. And finding it, we didn't actually find it through our realtor. A lot of the listings that I actually put in offers on weren't on the realtor's list. So one of the things I did was go on Zillow. Zillow has a pretty cool tool where you can draw boundaries in certain sections. I figured out certain sections of the cities that I wanted to be in, and then had several different search criteria in Zillow, and then it would automatically send me emails and notifications on my phone. And then you can even set up text messages. So if you get an email, that email gets forwarded to your text. Because it was the market was rough. It was really, really hot at that time, and everybody was bidding like 50, 100, 200K over appraisal.
This was around when the summer, right, of 2021.
So we didn't close on this beach property until I think it was March of this year.
March of this year, yeah,
So,
I think so. Yeah, but
so
you're
we went live
looking.
on
Well, you
April
stopped
25th.
looking when Chloe was coming for a little bit, and then so this was around like winter, probably of 21.
So probably like December,
Okay.
January is when I was searching. But yeah, so set up Zillow notifications, and we had already put in, I think, 2 or 3 other offers that got shut down and overbid on. And then so I was like, I just got to be fast.
Yeah.
So, as soon as something popped up in our criteria, the agent put in an offer within probably 30 minutes to an hour of me seeing it and it going live.
Nice.
And then they accepted our offer. So
nice.
That's how we found that. It was actually through Zillow.
And so I knew that you were looking in some of the more popular markets, but you were having a hard time making the numbers work in some of those markets as well, right?
Oh,
so
yeah,
you yeah, so you decided to get laser focused on Miramar Beach, and I know you were looking at multiple markets, but it was hard to get it to work around December, right? For the budget that you were wanting to spend.
Yeah, I mean, originally I wanted to be in the Smokies, but then the Smokies just got blown out.
I didn't want to throw the Smokies under the bus like that. I was like, it was hard to make the numbers work.
And so I couldn't make any numbers work in Smokies. So I was like, okay, I'm going somewhere else. And that's when I decided I have to be in, we were looking in Crystal Beach, Galveston, Gulf Shores, and anywhere from Destin all the way through Panama City Beach. And so I knew those sections very well because and then having Chloe actually help too. I mean, when you're up at 3 a.m., I'm just, scrolling. If I'm going to have to be up anyways, I'll be looking, see what else is on there, so we can take some action.
Yeah, I hear you. So what I want to point out is your resiliency. What was it that kept you going despite seeing that the market kept going up? Why didn't you throw in the towel? What kept you going? Because I meet a lot of new investors who are like, woe is me, my offer didn't get, accepted. And so they get boneless and they're laid out. And I know that feeling. It gets discouraging. What would you tell that investor who, they just got outbid for the third time? You got outbid several times. What would you tell that individual?
I think you have to figure out your why first. And if your why is strong enough, then you're going to do anything you can to try to figure it out. And so, like I said earlier, time is precious. And so, anything that we can do to try to get one step closer to getting more time for ourselves and to spend with family, and, basically spend with family. Family and time is our why, and that trumps everything.
Yeah, and I'm with you, and I love that. So Tim's encouragement to everyone is figure out your why and focus on that, you know? So instead of us focusing on a loss, you know, bid, well, we weren't doing it just to accumulate properties, right? We're doing it to spend that time with family. So let's move on. And I say, move on. I'm usually
Yeah.
like, move on. That's why we have a mindset coach now to like kind of pat a little bit better. I'm like, move on. So figuring out your why and understanding, you know, what it is that your goals are and getting laser focused, whether it's, you know, time freedom. Some people, you know, want to help their spouse to walk away from, say, a toxic, you know, work environment. You know, they may be okay, but everyone has a different why, right? Some people, you know, are doing it to have make a better life for their dogs. I don't know, but figure out your why and just focus on that, and just kind of push through. And so I know a lot of people in our community have gone through, you know, losing out on deals, and the celebrations are so much sweeter. I kid you not. And Dr. Heather, if you're around, man, when I
Oh
saw
man,
that
she's
you,
a trooper.
oh my God.
She is the trooper.
Right? When I saw that she had locked something down,
It's
I,
freaking awesome. I was so excited for her.
weren't you though? And that's how we kind of celebrate with each other. Like, oh my goodness, she finally found one. So super, super excited about that. And I thank you, Tim, because you were instrumental. You know, you're cheering her on the whole time. And it's that community because when you go out into the real world, most people, they may not know what you're doing. They may not
Oh, yeah.
understand it, and they may not understand the struggle, you know? And so to come together as a community and to support one another. Oh,
Yeah, I mean, it definitely helps to have a community. I mean, that also helps push you through because I mean, whenever you have someone checking in on you, I mean, you would check in on me and Caroline and be like, hey, how's everything going? Like, you know, do you need anything or do you need help? And then also, I mean, I would talk to Heather and then, you know, some other people in the group too, and just kind of bounce ideas. And you know that helps keep you going too as well. Is not doing it alone, but doing it with people, it makes it a lot easier.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm still getting some interest and questions about the property. Okay, so it's a condo in Miramar Beach,
Yeah, so
Florida.
it's a
So,
one bedroom, one bathroom condo. It's about, I mean, it would take you 4 minutes to walk to the beach. It was on the market for 320,000. We offered 315. That was accepted. We put about maybe 10,000 into it. Actually 15,000 in with furnishings and you know a little bit of light rehab into it. And then within 2 weeks of booking, we booked like $8,500. And then Airbnb changed their algorithm or something. And then I was like, oh man, why is it so silent? I
oh
got
my
two.
goodness.
And then but then
Oh
that's when
man.
I messaged Rachel whenever it started going silent. She was like, well, have you tried this and this? And I was like, I didn't even know that those options were there. So yeah, and then since then, I mean, it's been phenomenal. The only thing I'm worried about is the off season. I'm trying to figure out how to manage the off season, but we can talk about that later.
Yeah, yeah, and you know we do, right? Because
Yeah.
part of it, and here's the deal, Tim, and we're gonna talk on off off camera about it as well. But a lot of people, they get really laser focused on the acquisition side because you know you think that's the hard part, but it's the managing and troubleshooting afterwards. There's like a heavy, heavy lift as well. And so part of the tips and tricks I was sharing with you is something that I love to impart upon the students who have graduated in the Catalyst program, in the Mastermind program, is because, you know, there's going to be some troubleshooting. There's definitely going to be questions that come up for you that have either never come up before, or questions that, you know, guests that are rowdy that you're encountering, and how do you really handle this? And so I haven't seen it all. I feel like it sometimes, but I haven't seen it all. But being able to share with you and figure those kinds of things out, I think have been absolutely, absolutely instrumental. And so with that being said, I do want to share my screen and share with everyone, if it's okay with you, Tim, share with everyone, Flirty Flamingo. There we go.
Yeah, and so that decor was definitely not us.
So this is the before pictures, guys. And so I remember checking in on you. Would you say it was Providence? It was exactly around the time where you and Carolyn were going to fly out and you hadn't really nailed down your design.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. So
wasn't that timing?
Sometimes I procrastinate and I think I can do things a lot faster than what I can actually do it in. And my wife tells me this all the time. Like, I'll tell you that I can do something in 2 hours, but it actually takes me probably all day. And she kept, I mean, she's that bug in my ear. It's like, hey, you need to check in on this and check in. I'm just like, you know, but then in reality, I do need to check in on that. But it was like a week before I was about to fly there, and I thought I could do everything myself. I don't know why I thought I could do everything myself.
It's a one-bedroom condo. Like, what is it?
Yeah, it's a one-bedroom condo.
Come
I
on.
mean, how much work would it actually take? And then I was like, oh crap, how am I going to get all these packages there? How am I going to get somebody to bring all the packages in? Man, what? I don't even know what furniture to buy because there's a lot of stuff that's on back order. And so then I reached out to you last minute. Amy Powers was our designer, and so I think it was like a Saturday or a Sunday. And I was like, hey, I'm going out there next weekend. Can you get me stuff by, I think it was a Sunday. I was like, hey, can you get me stuff to order by Monday or Tuesday? And then that way I can get there Saturday to set it all up. And Amy's awesome. I mean, she did it so fast. She worked on it all night. She stayed up all night. And she got us a template and things to order. Basically within like a 24 to 48 hour time frame, we ordered it all. Obviously the furniture, a lot of it took a while to come in. So it took me 2 trips to Florida to get everything done. It was 2 3-day weekends. The first weekend I was mainly just worried about getting all the electronics and the internet in, because if I can get the internet, the locks, the AC, Wi-Fi in, then we're good. Then I can just set codes for other people to come in and do it. And that's what we did. And so we actually, one of the handymen that we found to do our work, he would come in and bring in packages every day for like, I don't know, I felt bad for him because there was so much. I didn't realize how much stuff it would be for 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, but it's a lot of stuff. And so he came in and he brought it in for free for us every day. And then he also did our electricity work too. So
that's
Amy
incredible.
Did an awesome job. That's what she did.
Yeah, she did. And that was I was in the back channel with her, and I told her, I need a huge favor. You can't say no. This is one of my longtime community members. It's last minute. It's a terrible position to be in.
It's horrible.
It was a horrible position. And it was so horrible. I don't even think you knew how horrible it was. Because you're like, nah, I don't know if I need help. I'm like, holy smokes. Yeah. I was like, you're in trouble right now. You didn't know you were in trouble. You're like, oh no, we're fine. We're gonna figure it out. I was like, this is an emergency. And I started talking to her. I said, I have an emergency. He's not even aware it's an emergency. Please help these people because they just had a baby. They're trying to fly out and do all the things, and they just had a baby. Please help them. And she goes, it's last minute. I said, I know, it's horrible. It's so last minute, but see what you can do.
I didn't even she was so calm and awesome.
She was. She's awesome. She was really, really awesome. And so I'm sharing with you guys kind of the vision board. And I know that you guys shared with her a photo that had some of these colors and like very vibrant and very happy and go lucky. And I just absolutely love it. And you shared with her a photo, and she created this mock-up of this kind of vision board for the space. And I know a lot of people are asking for the link. So guys, definitely heart, love the link, wish list the link. Let's, I would love to get a booking while we're on the call or an inquiry while we're right here live. So please go in there, heart it, love it, stay on the page. I'll show you where to stay on the page because there's a time on page algorithm. So go in here to where it says show more and just sit here and read everything word for word. Stay on here for a good minute. Okay. So I'm going to leave it right there so that we can get the algorithm going. Because again, I would love a booking while he is on here. But yeah, so you came and so you decided that you wanted to cater to couples, one bedroom, super cute. It's called Flirty Flamingo. You can accommodate, more than a couple, but I just think it's such a cute space. You see Carolyn's doing her thing, 5-star reviews. And I remember when you got your first 5-star review, you reached out. 8,500. So let's talk about this 8,500 in bookings. Like, did that validate your initial goal of, what, I need to generate more cash flow, than long-term rental?
Yeah, definitely. I think the validation came from me when, more so when my wife. So I messed up a lot of things. I've messed up a lot of things. I don't know.
Confession.
I don't know why she lets me keep going with my crazy ideas and stuff. But whenever she came to me, I think it was last week, and she said, "Hey, we need more STRs," and she was dead serious, and I was like,
"Oh snap!"
You know that song with Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre, and they're just like, "Hold up, hey." That was me.
Oh my goodness. Because she did say she needed more fix and flips. She never said that. She never said we needed more long-term rental. She sure did.
I think that's going to be off. I still want to do another one in the future, possibly just for my own ego, but that's probably not going to happen.
Oh my goodness. So that's really exciting because you know what, Tim, you just touched something that a lot of members of the community ask. And when I was just at the live summit or the live conference, they asked, well, how do you get a member, a spouse or a member of the family who you're beholden to get on board? And it's not easy. At least, Carolyn, like you said, she gives you some rope and lets you do, some of your thing. But some spouses are going to draw that line in the sand because, they're conservative, they're concerned. And I have a similar spouse as well, believe it or not. Now he's like more STRs too, but he was very conservative and very concerned, with shelling out a good amount of money in the beginning and hoping for the best. So what were some tips, or what are some tips you would give, someone with a reluctant spouse?
I think what really helped us was just having somebody in our corner, honestly, to help us and guide us through the process. It really eased her anxiety levels. A lot of she's told me to reach out to you so many times, but I haven't, because I'm one of those people that I don't like to ask for help. So like, it's really hard for me to ask for help. But whenever I have somebody in my ear just being like, "Hey, you need to get on this and ask for help," just her knowing that somebody else was there besides just me really helped a lot.
Oh, that means a lot. Oh my goodness. So that's a tip that I don't think that I've actually heard before. Like if you're in a program, or you're, connected with someone who has some information that you feel is valuable and is trustworthy, that's definitely something. So to answer your question
too, I think the structure of structure and seeing the steps on a flow chart or something of like, this is what needs to be done, this is how it can be done. So many of these people have already done it. We can do it too. I think that versus just me trying to go on YouTube and let's figure it out. Which is
absolutely
which is what I did with the flip. Why I didn't want to pay $1,000 a month, but honestly, I probably would have saved more money paying $1,000 a month somebody to teach me how to do a flip than it probably been worth it. I'll probably reach out to the guy one day and just say, you were probably right.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's seeking out those experts, right? And
Yeah.
I'm at a point in my life, I'm that way too. I'm not afraid to seek out an expert. I want to find the best person who knows how to do XYZ. Go to them, check on my budget. And if I can swing it, I'm gonna pay it because
Mhm.
I know I will make that money back multiple times
Yeah,
in
for sure.
not losing, like losing on deals,
Yeah.
Whew, not losing on deals. I will make it back and multiple times and avoiding delays, being able to execute, implement sooner. So those are some things that I have found have worked out for me as well. So super, super excited for you. So Tim, we're pretty much at the tail end. I think I've done a good amount of show and tell for everyone. Let me check on our audience to see what questions you have. I've got so many screens going on now. Let me go
And I
ahead
have a
and
shout
check.
out to my cleaner because my cleaner's, I think I have the best cleaner in the world. And
Oh, good.
don't be afraid to like pay for good cleaners either. Um, and we actually found her driving around. And so you know how people drive for dollars, we were driving for cleaners because in a vacation market, I mean, between 10 to 12, you drive around, there's going to be people cleaning. And so I actually found 2 or 3 cleaners, and I was able to walk in on their properties while they were cleaning. And this one was almost done. We walked in and we were like, wow, this place is immaculate. Um, and I mean, she's not cheap. I mean, we pay probably about 30% more than market value for her, but I mean, she does all kinds of stuff. She videos us after she cleans. She videos us, after a guest checks out. It's like, hey, this is how they left the place. You should probably rate them this way. She'll go do Amazon returns for us. She's awesome. If you're
That's
ever on the beach or
awesome.
something, then you can reach out to me and like I don't want to blast her name on Facebook because then she'll get a bunch of messages. But yeah,
Yeah, reach out to
if
Tim.
somebody's
He's in
serious,
the
then I
Facebook
can
group,
share
guys, and he's
that.
on LinkedIn too.
Um,
So reach out to Tim if you
but
need a
yeah, she's
cleaner
our
in
eyes
that
and ears,
area.
and she just
Hmm.
lets. I actually had a oven go out on one of my guests. I had a guest call me at 9 p.m. It was like, "Hey, our oven's out," and we were supposed to make dinner, and I have 3 kids here waiting for dinner. And I got on the phone with her, and I was like, "Hey," like I said, "What were you gonna make for dinner?" She's like, "We were gonna just throw some pizzas." I was like, "Okay, well, I think it was 10 o'clock the pizza place closed," and I was like, "Well, I can just order y'all a pizza and get them delivered." And my cleaner answered probably about 10:30 that night. I was like, "I know somebody who can go pick up a new oven for you tomorrow." And I had a new oven in there by, I don't know, like noon the next day. And so you
Oof.
leverage your cleaners too. I mean, some of your cleaners know a lot of these maintenance people whenever they're cleaning a lot of these houses.
Wow, that's awesome. I love, love, love that. And so do you think if you were cheaping out on that cleaner, you think she would be willing to connect you with that resource that's going to turn around and put an oven in your place within a few days, Probably not.
Yeah,
And
why not?
so she's worth that extra 30%. We pay our cleaners higher than market value as well because our cleaners, they come in during a clutch. Our cleaners know our properties more than we know our
Yeah.
property. They know all the nooks, they know all the crannies. They know that property. And so, oh my gosh, that's so awesome. So the designer Quay, it was Amy who flew out to Yale University to look at that pied a terre with you. So the same Amy, my dear, I refer her all the time. You see why, right? I mean, if she can take one iota of brain power having to come up with a whole design, this is what it's clockwork. Again, it's leveraging, right? You're leveraging other people's time. And guys, just as a plug-in, if you are not registered for the STR summit, what are you doing? It's $27. And Tim is actually one of our speakers, and he's sharing the different tools or the different resources he utilized to get some of his time back and not have to worry about spending hours and hours and hours doing the things. And he highlights a couple of resources that helped him set up some things, help him with design, help him with technology. This is all stuff he can do himself. Don't get it twisted. He can do it himself, right? But is his time better spent doing that, or letting Carolyn catch up on some sleep, or spending time with Chloe? You gotta weigh, the difference. And so there has to come to a point where you say, you know what, I'm just gonna have to pay someone for this because my time is my time is better served doing some of these things that are important to me. So I appreciate that you're doing that, and you're seeing that, because again, you could have gone into 6 hours worth of training to do XYZ. But again, so Nina says, Tim, you're giving us our hope back. We lost 3 deals in the past 3 weeks. Yes, Nina.
Keep
exactly.
Trying. Keep trying. It's worth it.
Awesome. That's exactly, Nina. I wanted him to be speaking to you and others that are in your same situation. Quay, chime in if you want, Quay, because Quay, I know you lost about 3 or 4 deals as well. And now we have one under contract as of yesterday. So definitely feel free to chime in, Quay. Cheryl says, no matter how cute the place is, you have to run the numbers to make sure they make sense. Yes, exactly, Cheryl. And that's why Tim was thinking, you know what? The Smokies are cute and all, but I'm out. Okay, Nana has a question for you. Nana says, did you use conventional financing for the condo? That's a great question, Nana. I'm going to let Tim go ahead and let us know.
Yeah, so that's another thing that we kind of had to pivot on. We originally wanted a single family home or a townhome that we could do the 10% down on. But whenever you're just trying to find a property, you kind of, we opened up our criteria a little bit more. And then in that market, it's a non-warrantable condo. That doesn't mean that you can't get conventional financing. It's just harder to get financing. You just have to call around and find a lender that's willing to do it. Luckily, I had a great realtor that already had a local lender, because that market has so many non-warrantable condos, that she plugged me into the lender that did it for us. So we're still able on a non-warrantable condo put 15% down, which most people will tell you need to do 20 to 25% for a non-warrantable condo. But that local presence and expertise of that realtor really, really helped us.
Yeah, that's awesome. And so that's another thing, guys, when you have a unique or, a non-traditional type of property like that, like for us, the new construction or the land, you're looking for a builder loan, it's usually better to actually go with those local banks because they understand and know the area. If you go with like one of those big box banks, they'll just tell you, oh no, you can't do it and no one can lend on it. And you're looking like, well, all these people live here. Are they all buying cash? And they would have you believe they're buying it for cash. You're like, no, that doesn't sound right.
Right? If one lender tells you no, another lender will tell you something else. So you just got to call around and figure out which lender you can work with.
Exactly. And again, shout out to the local lenders, especially when you're trying to do something a little bit different than your normal single family home. So I ran into the same thing, Tim. So great question. Thank you for that, Nana. Any final questions? Oh my goodness. So Quay just says, I lost 6 deals and now I'm under contract. The time I won was a bidding war. And so, 6 deals. And let me tell you, Quay, she did not give up. She just kept going. So super, super appreciate that share. Quay, any final questions, guys? We did show and tell. We did all the things, show and tell. We did mindset. We did time management. We talked about all the things. And I just so appreciate you again, Tim. I appreciate Carolyn. I appreciate baby Chloe. Okay, let me see. It looks like we have, so you're just getting some gratitude here. You're getting a whole lot of gratitude. Cheryl says, I know a few lenders that do 15% down on non-warrantable non-warrantable and condo tells. Now, it's not a condo tell though, is it? Yours?
It's
It's a
not a
condo.
condo.
Okay.
But I mean, that's awesome that you found somebody who on it.
Yeah, Cheryl. So guys, holler at Cheryl. She's got the she's got the goods there. So 15% down. I hear you loud and clear because I don't know about you, but I'm always trying to keep a little bit of my cash so that I can launch. So 15% down is right up my alley. I am here for it on a condo tell. Awesome. So Tim, again, thank you so much for being here with us. I want to be respectful of your time because I know you probably have Chloe duty really soon. So everyone, thank you for joining us tonight. I hope you were all inspired. I hope you got something out of this conversation. If anything, it's do not give up and keep going. And then there's help on the way, right? There are people available to help you. So of course, I'm going to do a quick plug because the tickets went on sale this week for the summit. So this is the luxury short-term rental summit, but here's the catch, guys. Here's the catch. We have 60 speakers. Okay, 60 speakers, but they're called the 60-second expert because guess what? They are not allowed to share information that is more than 60 seconds long. Well, just maybe a little bit, maybe 62 seconds or 70 seconds, but they have 60 seconds to impart upon you their juiciest, most actionable piece of advice, checklist, life hack, whatever it is dealing with short-term rentals. Okay. 60 seconds. That's all they have. So it's going to be the meat. It's going to be the potatoes. It's going to be the veggies. No fluff. Okay. This is no long clubhouse intro situation. They have to get to it. Okay. They have to get to it. And so here you go. And I really hope I'm sharing my screen. I'm like looking, am I sharing my screen? I bet you recognize some of these faces. Do you recognize any of these faces, Tim?
Yeah. Plenty of them. So
right?
They're all experts.
It's like a whole year.
I don't know how you got all those people.
That's the thing. It's like I know everybody. Look, founder of Data Rabu, founder of Host GPO, founder of Rank Breeze, $1 million host, revenue manager at Ohio Stays, Fearless Kyle. He has the largest Facebook group for Airbnb in the world, Airbnb Mastermind. We've got Breezeway, VP of Experience, Melani, Mark Simpson, Live Let Thrive, Moran, Lorena, she's a nurse and she's got an empire of 12 units. Noah Harris, Noble, Jador, La Decor, Stayfi, Stayfi, right? They're the ones that like you input a device into your internet and then it collects all of the emails of your guests. Not just one, but everyone who wants to get on the Wi-Fi. Rafa, Ramya, we've got Ruben, Turnover B&B marketing manager, gave a teaching. The Robinsons, Tony and Sarah Robinson, meet the Robinsons, Sean. We've got Bowie and more. Will Slickers from Hospitality Network, Tyler, Stacy, probably Valerie. So guys, this is hot. And from our own community, I want to highlight, of course, Alex, Alicia, Amanda Hahn. This is Bigger Pockets, Brandon Turner's tax accountant. Okay. Hello. Right. Brandon Hall, Avery Carl, her. So Bart, he does direct booking. Annette and Sarah, if you guys haven't listened to her podcast, their podcast, thanks for visiting. Oh my goodness. Good stuff there. But I do want to highlight Annette, who's in our community, Tim, who's in our community, Ramya, and Quay. Quay turned in her stuff, I think, a little bit late. I'm not calling you out, Quay. So they are sharing as well. And Jeff is in our community. He talks about loan products as well. And Brenna, where are you, Brenna? Brenna. There she is. Brenna and Dr. Chiagozi. Oh, this is like doctors row right here, guys. Dr. Chiagozi, Dr. Cooper, Dr. Prem, Doctors Pascal and Pascal. Now they were featured on Discovery Network and the Magnolia Network as well for this Wildflower Cabin. That is like a social media influencers heaven, their space. Just Carpe Diem MD. Guys, $27? Seriously? Go to shorttermgyms.com/summit. That is shorttermgyms.com/summit or luxstrsummit.com, luxstrsummit.com to get your ticket. It's early bird right now, $27 for all access. Or if you want 6 months access to all of the material, it is $87, guys. 60 seconds. So no fluff. Get in there. Okay, so I said I was going to respect your time, Tim, and then I took another 5 minutes. So let me do that right now, guys. I hope, again, you were all inspired. You got a lot of value from this, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye for now.
Thank you.
Okay.